Today we are here in Jiru Municipality, Jinja District, launching MACCA Project, which is aiming at reducing poverty rates in Busoga.
All our invited guests, all our dignitaries, all not to forget those who are farmers, because this is where we feed people from. Welcome again, all protocols observed. The original farmers on this planet, First Nations and other indigenous peoples, farmed in harmony with the planet, and they grew a vast diversity of crops. We need to acknowledge that farmers of color, indigenous peoples, are the originators of what we are today calling regenerative agriculture. So let me continue with my own words. It is indeed that the industrialization of the farming sector that came from the West, that came from the Americas, from Europe, that development has disrupted our balance with nature. It started 100 years ago, but now today, we realize that this industrialization has drained our soils, and that it is significantly contributing to climate change. That is what motivates Amelia Agro to do things differently, bringing back regenerative farming practices that were so common in the days of our ancestors. Coming now maybe to the project which brought us here today, and CEO Einstein Rising, I will not take too much away of the information that you will provide, but climate change, measures against climate change in agriculture is what us brings today here. That is what brings us together, and where we will in the next 3 years to start help farmers to improve their yields, to improve their family income. And we all have our own expertise, and I think the diversity of this team will show something very nice and will bring back a good health and a good family income for our beneficiaries, hopefully even being scalable and extendable, that we can really incorporate this as something which has a future. Thank you so much again for being here. I would also like to acknowledge the team of Amelia Agro, who has been relentlessly working to prepare this day. So really, thank you so much, all of you, and look forward to enjoy today here.
Welcoming us to Busoga Kingdom, or even though we are in Uganda, a part that is in Uganda when we are at this farm. But we are very glad to be working with the Busoga Kingdom. We are very glad to have the support of the Busoga Kingdom government. Chairman w'ekitundu webale twaniriza webale kuwa support wa Mr. Yan ne omukulu ow'ekitiibwa Veronica bateekewo ne farm etwayagala ennyo etwakyalira ekitundu kino. So this project came to life initially with the idea that since the world is grappling with the effects of climate change, there is an organization in Belgium that developed a tool, a digital tool that is able to predict climate conditions in the near future. Basically, annual climate changes that we should expect. And when these people looked at the outlook, they thought there is need to work with partners in the developing world to help them mitigate the challenges that they are facing due to climate change. And initially, when we considered doing it in Uganda, they had actually wanted us to just identify one big company that could utilize the data from the tool to improve their own operations. But when we moved around Uganda and were able to interact with as many people as we could, we realized that the smallholder farmers are the ones who suffer the most from the effects of climate change. And when during the visit of the heads of OVO in Uganda, we were hit by a statistic. It was actually by chance that we set a meeting with Jan, and he educated us on the Busoga region much more. I was shocked that he knew so much more about the Busoga region than even some of us who are sons of the soil. And one statistic that struck us the most was that the Busoga sub-region, even with all the natural resources that it has actually the poorest people per capita in Uganda. And when we had that, and we moved around and we saw what he was doing at Amelia Agro, we thought the project should definitely come to Busoga region and help the people of this region get out of poverty. So, I will not bore you with the exact text that is in the concept note for the project or the proposal, but I'll just go through the 5 main elements that we are considering while implementing this project. One, of course, that even the project's name reflects, climate change in agriculture, measures against climate change in agriculture. We are going to be utilizing the tool that was developed in Belgium to predict how the climate is going to be changing, combine it with the data from the meteorological department, but with the interaction with the Prime Minister of Busoga this morning, it seems we might even collaborate better with the National Planning Authority to develop plans of how the farmers should go about doing their farming activities. The digital tool was developed by VITO. You will see their logo on all our materials, and we thank them because they are the primary funders of the project. The second element, of course, is exactly what made us fall in love with Amelia Agro. The fact that Busoga has beautiful soils, excellent soils where anything can grow, but the fact that we have treated our soils as if God is the one who's supposed to feed us. God is the one who's supposed to feed the soils, and then the soils feed us. And yet, the main thing that I have learned from Jan ever since we started interacting was we need to feed the soils in order for the soils to keep on feeding us. So the second element of the project is focusing on regenerative agriculture, which the training of which will be provided by Amelia Agro Farm and they will ensure that through partners like East Africa Seeds, they are also able to provide quality inputs for the farmers so that they are trained and they are also facilitated to produce the best out of their farms. In addition to that, we all know that without finance, you definitely cannot do farming the way that you would wish to do it. So AKABOXI comes in to provide that vital element. We know that the women in Busoga are already organized in groups, and we are glad to be working with the kingdom to make sure we get to those groups. And AKABOXI is here in order to provide them with that extra knowledge of how to sell within those groups, and then provide affordable loans for them to invest into their farming activities, again to produce more from these farms. And then the post-harvest handling, which still we will rely on Amelia Agro to support us, show the farmers how to handle the harvesting portion, plus value addition, where we have RENA beverages coming in. Of course, we don't want the farmers in Busoga to only grow maize. We would wish for them to diversify, grow other crops, and one of the crops that we are championing in this region is hibiscus, and RENA beverages will be helping us uptake that produce and process it, add value to it, so that it can be consumed by the final consumers. The maize as well, we will be adding value to it, still right here at Amelia Agro, so that we can produce products that can be supplied to the final market. So with that, we hope that we will have provided an all-round solution along the maize value chain so that the farmers in Busoga, particularly women, unfortunately the men have benefited for so many years and not done enough with the opportunities they've got. So this is an opportunity for women farmers, women smallholder farmers in this region to improve their farms, earn more from them, and get out of poverty. We are hoping to impact at least 1,000 female farmers within Busoga, but that is just the first phase. If it can be successful, we hope to have a lot more impact on the region. So with that, I will let the MC come back, and the partners are going to be talking more about what they are going to be doing within the project. We thank you once again for making time to be here with us. We thank you for cooperating with us and taking part in the project for the beneficiaries, the chiefs, the community leaders. We thank you for the warm welcome that we have received, and we look forward to working with all of you. Thank you so much.
Mama Joanne, who's our minister, and the Minister of Agriculture and other ministers, yes, I've forgotten, and also the youth representatives and all the other kingdom leaders, then the district officials, that's our chairman or protocol observer. I take this opportunity to thank all of you on behalf. And I've been introduced several times. My name is Sarah Atwairi, and I want to talk briefly about AKABOXI. We are a digital financial inclusion system which enables smallholder farmers. And these farmers, we talk of the vulnerable women. And these are women, some small percentage of men, and I don't know why small percentage. Yes, there's some analysis, but as I move on, I'll add on the analysis that I have to find out why. Maybe in Busoga it's different, because for sure I'm not going to Busoga to put up this project. And then the elderly. And these are served in groups, small groups, who come up together to make a pool of solving one biggest challenge of financial exclusion in Uganda in particular. And it's a big challenge, and we thank the partners and our big partners, Agro and Einstein, and also Amelia Farm for giving us a platform to extend such services to this region. And I'm sure we shall have a great impact and we shall see a change even after 6 months, because I know women, we really can do it. Is it true? Yes, we can do it and we shall do it, okay? We have done it in other parts of Uganda. In the north, we are in Otuke and Kole, and in the west, we are in Singiro and Tungamo, Shema, and then southwest, we are in Mubuku Irrigation Scheme. In the east, we are in Soroti. I'm glad we are coming to Busoga region, and yes, we shall make it. And also, we cannot eliminate the fact that the effects of climate change affects mostly the grassroots persons, because they are in agriculture, and these are smallholder farmers who are still the women. They contribute a lot to that. And we are glad that the MACCA Project is really bringing that really to perspective, and we shall move on with that. Together with me is Mr. Noah Wampamba. He manages the system. So you see the women, in addition to what we provide, come up with the digital skills. Who does digital skills here? And we shall see our grandmothers, our mothers really embrace technology through the saving groups. You see how a small thing can bring out bigger issues. Climate change, technology, now digital literacy, and then financial literacy. So in brief, that's what we shall provide. And I've also come with, Joshua, you can wave to people. You'll see our faces more often than I think any other person. And I've spotted most of your faces whenever I will see you. I'll say hello, we met at Amelia farm, and I'm around Busoga region. So please embrace us. We shall be happy to see you again and to meet you again and to move door by door and make sure people embrace the project and we get that impact. Yes.
On behalf of the Department of Agriculture of Busoga Kingdom, I would like to convey our appreciation on behalf of the farmers of Busoga for the Engineers Initiative and his brains that he convinced all of you, the other partners, and you accepted wholesomely to come and support and redeem the Busoga farmers. Sincerely, this coming is timely because my chief was talking over the Busoga of the 60s, the 50s, the 40s, the 20s, whereby Busoga was having fertile soils, Busoga was having a lot of food, Busoga was even helping the government to give them loans of money through the Busoga Cooperative Union. But now Busoga is the depleted region which has no food, which is full of poor people, malnourished, name it. But all these challenges have come over a number of issues, which include the poor management of the soils, which include the poor farming systems, which include the cut down of trees, which include lack of information to the farmers at the grassroots. I'm just very, very much appreciative when I get a project which has targeted the real smallholder farmer deep in the village in Nawandala. And this pilot program, as I put it, please accept to put it as a pilot program because I'm requesting that it should cover the whole of Busoga in the near future. That is my humble pledge. But this one is a precursor to show exactly the need which is there in Busoga in relation to agriculture. I want to add on my left the chief's lead that we are there to support, to complement, and to make sure that this project is a success. And I want to appreciate the wise brains which have targeted the woman. Because the woman is the one who goes to the field and the man sells out and he comes back either with another woman or to beat her. After that girl, that woman goes to the field. And it is this woman who the child will cry when there is no food in the home. It is this very woman who will take off her own garments and cover the child at night, but not the shirt of the man. Therefore, I think it is a very, very good approach this project has seen, whereby they are targeting the women who have the real agriculture aspect and the full responsibility of the household. I thank you very much for that.
Ekintu eky'endireyo ekyabazinga tumwebaza awumule bulungi yenga eyasoma okulima yamala obwami bwe buno obusembyewo yava n'enugutedeko bati A-E-O. A, which is A for agriculture, E for education, I for industries. Kuba bino ebintu maama bipakinze yakalanga n'obusigo bampaire okulyako era maama njagula mumukubire ku mungalo. Then O for organization, I for unity. Bana Busoga okwisanya ekintu unity kikulu ino, organization kikulu ino. AKABOXI kajja kuba mu groups, whether they are going to be 11 or whatever number. What all in all we want is trust, is discipline. In letter writing, use sincerely, use faithfully. There is God in that. Use in service. Ate n'abasoga, you have a way you address people. Wampa musengwa yakuwa, you appreciate. Musengwa yakusenza. Kale n'olwekyo okulwanisa obwavu tulina okubagalala. Abapoliisi balina circles dhaabwe, n'abataka balina circles dhaabwe. Aye abantu abatambuza obubi ebibiina ebyo nabali tuleetera okukyala ebibiina. So we need to have Busoga open days where everybody will come in as a Musoga, oba oli brigadier, oba oli doctor, oba oli professor, tutese ku by'okulima bya Busoga, ku by'obulamu bwa Busoga, ku by'obutale. Mama nyabo and sebo abali wano abakulu, middle class should be our target. Ebintu ebisinga bungi tulabe kunoonya butale gala na China yanoonya akatale within China. Japan yava mu ntalo yaera mu kukola heavy equipment edizimba enguudo edizimba biki amafactory nakimpira ntuve mu ntalo eda Busoga nani kyabazinga nani ngobi wa kigulu tuli mu agriculture tuli mu science abaana baifu basobola okusoma courses now bajja kuyikula ebyobugagga ebyomuyitaka mu Busoga. We want our children to go in for electrical installation, carpentry, meza, fabrication. Okukibona kale eriyo courses that tulina okubaako nga niwo otambula obutambula otukantu wayagana obulimu. So bakaire bange agriculture, education, industries, organization, then unity is very important. But partners means friends. Abasoga friends mubeta muna is a friend. Kale n'olwekyo we are going to partner mu mazzi okusigninga ebiwandiiko bino ekitiibwa Katuukiro on behalf of Kyabazinga Abusoga, on behalf of the Kyabazinga himself, amaze okusala omukago n'abantu bano kale mumukubire ku mungalo.
My name is Nakayenga Regina, founder and MD of RENA Beverage Solutions. RENA in full is Real Natural Beverage Solutions. Tuli kuchintu natural. So, alongside the objectives of this project, I want to tell you that as RENA, beverage solutions, we are interested in supporting the women of Busoga to improve their incomes by diversifying into a non-traditional crop known as hibiscus. So I'm going to show you the products of hibiscus, then I'll tell you the next thing. If you have the red bottle with you, that is a juice from hibiscus. Okay? Then we have the powder from hibiscus, which you put on your hot water for tea, you drink, and you chase the doctor away. We also have the tea bag for mama. Those people in the high level classes, but also for the pharmacists who are going to prescribe and say, take this so many times. Equally, we have the concentrate, which you dilute to taste. If you have your water, then you just dilute and taste and drink. We have it with sugar and without sugar. You may drink it hot or cold. So why do we really want to promote growing hibiscus in Busoga? Don't you have other crops to grow? There is a real reason for doing so, and one of them is because we all need to improve our health. In this project, we want you to diversify your income, but also to improve on your food security and the community health at large by intercropping hibiscus with maize. How do you do it? If you want to do major hibiscus, don't worry, you will also have the food, because you can intercrop some plants in hibiscus. You can also intercrop the beans, which I'll show you how to do it. And then by the time you harvest, you have the hibiscus for income, you have maize for food, and beans for food. In addition to that, I want you to know that hibiscus has very many bright flowers. It can attract bees. So, we are encouraging the farmers of hibiscus to have at least 2 beehives so that they can harvest honey. And that is an additional income, but it is also a source of what? And even you need the honey in your body, not so your diet. So you'll be killing so many birds with one stone. In addition to that, those of you who have tested the seeds, how was it? Marvelous. A snack. We have a dietitian on our team. If this was a day talk about diet, she will tell you how to really improve your diet, including using the seeds. They are rich in protein, some oil which is good for skin care, brain boosting. They also help with the ligaments because they are rich in zinc, calcium, bones, among others. So those seeds, we want to teach the women how to maximize every byproduct of hibiscus. They can make a coffee out of it, so they save on the money for coffee, but at the same time they are improving their health. They can make juice, they can make the snacks and sell them, but also what remains is ready to buy and improve the animal feed. you can also improve your own animals. The leaves of hibiscus are very rich. They help to improve the diet of the animals, even of people. You can put it in salad. In the northern Uganda, they call it marakwanga. Marakwanga is a very common sauce in the north. It is also a delicacy. But here, we can use it the way we really feel is convenient for us. We have a training manual. We can train you in hibiscus agronomy together with Amelia, Agro farm. So when you be coming here, you get that. Then in addition to that, we are after quality of the hibiscus dried flowers. We shall teach you how to dry. When you go around this farm, you will see a dryer. That one is very important in the project if you are to grow hibiscus, because it should not have aflatoxins. It should be properly dried. And we shall also provide tools for harvesting so that you harvest it easily and make it an income generating activity, really. I want to stop here for now. Thank you very much.
As Silver Seed Uganda Limited, there have been some changes in the name, but the products remain the same. East African Seed started in the year 1972 in Nairobi, Kenya, and in Uganda it started in 1995. Also the same year, the company opened an office in Arusha, Tanzania. We deal in supply of agricultural inputs, especially seeds for planting. We have a variety of products. Apart from tree seeds, we have a majority of other seeds for growing in our gardens. We also included the component of crop protection products or agricultural chemicals, which are used to control pests which damage our crops. We have been interacting and working together in business for some good time. And we are happy and honored to be here, and we are so much committed to continue our partnership even more stronger in distribution, supply of our agricultural inputs, especially seeds. Here there is a variety of vegetable seeds, and for now 2 years our company has been ranked #1 in Seed Access Index, that is in Eastern, Central and Southern Africa. So when you move in all those areas, you will find there our products. Our office is located on Bombo Road in Kawempe, plot 888. You will find us there. Another landmark, we are close to Boutique Hotel.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jibril Kaisokampa Ngakisambira. I represent this division, Wakisi, in Wikwe District Council. As well, I'm in charge of finance planning and administration. We are so happy for this work, despite the few challenges we are meeting, but of course they are part of it. We are so much expectant, so much proud of this farm, given the fact that you have brought so many innovative farming ideas that we were lacking. I want to tell you, majority of the people in this district, 80% are in farming, 20% are in fishing, the 10 are in other activities, business, industrial work and what, but majority are in farming. But what we are lacking are these innovative ideas that make sure people keep moving. I will have one request to make. That's for the people of this district and particularly this area. So I don't want to change the ratings in the memorandum, but to have particularly this sub-county on that program. You know, to accounting because there's no way we can bring in people here. So I request at least for particularly this work division to be part of that, because formerly this was also Busoga. So I also got to Munobanji Sebo, that program in Okuja Milizam. Shejafu Zama Mani, Bana Ifavavile, Tumakira Ivaida, Tuna Batuaka now that we Busoga. Ate Abaga never to raise the Burunji Bavana to Sole Minim, Batua no Bukulembes that we call Burunji. So Nendo Saba, society, including a fan to call it a minimum. I want to JD. I was so happy with John when I sharing an idea, and he accepted to let the local people come and get ideas from here. I want to tell you, people who have not known more of this farm. My community are getting chicken feeds from here at a very, very affordable, cheap price. They are getting their feeds for their piggery and for their animals, and very many ideas they are doing. So we are opening up the floor for everyone to still be coming. But I live Jangam town ninga, Emeleva Jugula expensive ladies way, but they are getting here at an affordable price. So we are so happy for that. The rest of the partners, we are so happy. AKABOXI, we have people doing AKABOXI here. And I think we should be just a walkover just to modify some of the things. And they go on. Hibiscus, when people are ready to grow hibiscus, they have where to plant, they just lack knowledge. Sometimes they even fail to know what should I plant. People have planted maize, there is no market. Sugarcane, of course, you know what is happening with sugarcane. Everything is getting complicated. But when you introduce something new, I think they are so much open to those other new ideas. And they can have a thriving project. I want to end by thanking you so much for accepting to stay with us.